Hi guys, Nikki's here. Welcome back to my channel. How's it going? So I'm about to go make dinner, and for the first time in like such a long time I bought fish, so I wanted to show you how I make my fish today. I plan to just bake it using the air fryer. I've never tried this fish before, but it looks interesting, so let's give it a try. So the name of the fish is, let me show you. So this is a fish that I got. It's called croaker. I've never heard of that name before. They're pretty small fish, whole fish with the bone in, and I plan to just I don't know, just put this in the air fryer and see how it turns out. I watched a couple of videos. I'm gonna wash this with some salt. Just gonna scrub the salt on the fish, let it dry, and then just cut like some slit here on the fish, and then I guess that's it. Pop it in the air fryer for maybe, I don't know, let's try 15 minutes first. 400 degree sounds good. All right, let's get right to washing the fish. Okay, so now that the fish are washed, I'm going to dab them dry, and I think I'm just going to bake these two smaller fish, and then I'm going to keep this bigger one in the middle to make a soup. And I'm going to look for another recipe for the soup later, but let's just get our fish ready first. Our fishes are done. So these are the cuts that I made, and I'm going to rub in some salt, probably just salt and maybe some paprika on both sides. And then I chopped out the bigger fish into my reusable Ziploc bag. These are awesome, guys. After you're done using them, you can like wash and dry and reuse. So that's stay green. Okay, so originally I just wanted to use some garlic salt here and salt, and then I found this obey thing, and I might just try to put a little bit. Set a grid on fish, shrimp, and chicken. So let's start with the salt and garlic salts first. It's so hard to film and cook at the same time. I don't have a tripod for my phone, so it's gonna make do. Anyway, so I'll be back. I'm just gonna rub this all over the fish, in and out, and then I'll be back. Ta-da! So we are done marinating our fish. So this one is the one that I put some obeys on top. You can see those dark, like, I think it's celery salt. And then this one only salt and garlic salt. So let's try it out to see which one tastes better. Oh, and I saw these guava at the supermarket, and I was like, let's try. I haven't had one in like 20 years. These blueberries are supposed to be organics, but they're quite sour. Maybe it's just not in season. But yeah, I haven't tried these guava either. They're actually pretty hard. I thought they would be softer. Maybe they're not ripe enough. But yeah, I'll let you guys know when I try. Smell pretty good. Okay, so while we're waiting for the fish to be marinated, I'm gonna wait for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let's catch up. I'm just gonna stand right here in the kitchen because the lighting's actually pretty good. So how have you guys been doing? Coronavirus is crazy. I mean, it is like exploding in the US, and honestly, like, our lives is pretty like highly affected right now. It is Saturday. I'm home. I've been home since Friday. So I told you guys that I thought my work wouldn't be affected because I work in a hospital, but then like our department is not as how do I say it? It's like, sure, we still need to provide services, but we're not as crucial as other departments like the ICU, where the nurses there, the doctors there is like on the clock, around the clock to treat these patients. So because of the safety of the employees, most hospitals are closing a lot of the outpatient services center, so we don't take appointments anymore. For example, say if you just have a stomach ache, it's not like an emergency case, so usually you make an appointment, you come in. So we pretty much canceling all of those, or like push them back next month or further until further notice. So pretty much a lot of us are being cut down on our hours, and I actually didn't get affected until this past week. So I was supposed to work like 5 days this week. I actually asked for 1 day off because I was not feeling well, and I feel like every day, like if I just wake up with a little headache these days, I'm like, oh my gosh, do I have the coronavirus? But it's just my migraine, you know. So I asked for 1 day off, and then yesterday I was supposed to work, but they called me and said it's so slow, so just stay home. So I lost out on, you know, yesterday work, and then I'm actually not even working until Tuesday. I'm supposed to work like 4 days next week, but then they told me that it's so slow that we only need you for 3 days. So I mean, I can't complain because other people like literally are losing their job, like got let go. So I mean, I'm still grateful that I have a job, even though it's like 3 days a week, but it's still better than nothing. So yeah, I don't know how you guys are dealing with corona wherever you are. I feel like my parents are back home in Vietnam, and they are sharing, I mean, great news. They're controlling it, or like managing it way better than over here, like they being way more strict, especially. So I think that helps. Over here, I don't know, people, I mean, sure, the governments are telling people to stay home. A lot of businesses are like closing down, like especially restaurant, like places that you usually go and gather, like the movie theaters, the mall, those places are all closed. But people are still going out, guys. Like I went to the grocery store today, and these days I try to go, when I go out, I try to wear a mask. But there are like tons of people who are not wearing masks and just still like not taking this serious. So it is frustrating, and it's like the number of people who are tested positive and the death rate are like crazy high in the US right now, and it's just really scary. So it is frustrating because I feel like it's just going to take us a lot longer than other countries to manage and recover from this. But anyway, that's another topic. But yeah, oh hey, so I cut my hair, and I got so lucky because my hair was super long. I was just getting like in the way, and it took too long to wash my hair every single time. It would literally take me an hour to like wash and dry my hair, and I was like busy working. I was like, I can't take this anymore. So I got lucky because this is right before everything got shut down. So like now, like all the barbers, all the hair salon, everything closes. So I got lucky. I got my haircut, but that day I went and I was like wearing a mask. I was the only one who was wearing a mask. But everyone else was again like just treating it as normal. But at least the salon itself, they made sure that after customer, they were wiping down chair, they were spraying Lysol on the chair, on the equipment, everything. So at least I felt a little bit better. And I was also wearing a mask the whole time. So yeah, I'm just glad that I got a haircut because now it's like so low maintenance. I wash my hair, I dry it in like 10 minutes, so it just makes my life much easier. Anyway, how am I feeling? Feeling better. I still have to take my anti-nausea every morning. If I forget, I would get like really sick. And my appetite is getting better. I don't know if it's because of the medication that's helping, because obviously this morning I forgot to take it and I was throwing up and I couldn't eat anything until like 2 p.m. So I think it's just the medication, but hopefully I'll feel better soon. Been eating a lot of vegetable and tofu. Like I just hate the smell of meat now. And fish, like today, I don't know why, but I was craving fish. So when we went to do groceries, I saw fish and I bought that fish. And what else? Just tons of vegetable. Yeah, I've been eating lots of vegetable and fruit. And I've been loving this vegetable here. It's called watercress. I don't know why, it just tastes so good, and like it's a little bit bitter, but like when you stir fry with tomatoes and you put in a little bit of salt and sugar, it's so good, and it has a lot of fiber, so it helps with, you know, going to the bathroom as well. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it. So definitely people around here are losing job. I'm being cut in hours, I'm working less, but maybe it's for the best because, you know, I mean, going to work, I work in a hospital and we have like positive cases of coronavirus like every single day. So I don't know, maybe it's for the best. Maybe staying home more during this time will be safer for me. Life is not normal anymore. I am so bored. And we're not even allowed, I mean, we are allowed to go out, but like certain grocery store, you're not allowed to go in if there's already 10 people in the store. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down here. I'm like running out of breath. I'm so unfit these days. Like I would try to go on a walk and it's just down the street and I'll be like trying to catch my breath because I can't breathe. So my cardio sucks. What else? Anyway, yeah, so we went grocery shopping today. I've been having a lot of cravings, like just every single day I would have like random cravings, and I've been having a lot of Vietnamese, like craving for like Vietnamese food. So I've been like watching on YouTube like all these videos of food back home, and I miss home. I'm homesick. I miss my parents. I miss all this Vietnamese food, but nothing is open. So I actually been like trying to get the ingredients from the grocery store and then like make those food myself, even though it's not as good, but it's still better than nothing. So today I went and I got like so many things. So I got all those vegetable noodles, I got seaweed. I've been eating a lot of, again, like vegetarian based diet and it's healthy, it's good. I don't know, it's just simple. Can't handle meat right now, but yeah, so we got a bunch of seaweed too. You know those seaweed that you eat with rice, like the little sheets that Korean people sell at their store all the time, and you just like eat it with rice. And I would have like the weirdest craving, like, do you know natto, like the stinky bean, fermented soybean? So I would be craving that, and I got a bunch of those too. So our freezer is packed. I think we're pretty good for another week or two. And yeah, my husband's been telling me like just try to get everything at once so we don't have to keep going back to the grocery store, and especially during this time it's not safe, and there's still so many people who just don't care, and who knows, we just gotta protect ourselves. So yeah, we made that big grocery shopping list today. We went, we got everything. We should be good for a while. But yeah, I would be interested to hear like where you're from and how you're dealing with this, how your government's dealing with this. I just really hope that it will be over soon, because I really want my parents to come here in October. And my brother's wedding is in November, and I know I've heard of people's wedding has been canceled by the venue because they going bankrupt. It's just crazy. I'm just so good. Oh, and schools are closing. So all of they're not my classmates, but I'm saying like all the new students that got accepted last year, so they're supposed to be second-year students starting this summer, but now because of the coronavirus, school closed. They have to do online classes only, so they can't do their clinical part, which, you know, you have to go in the hospital and actually practice and scan on the real patients. So they can't do that until school opens again. And I think someone told me that now, instead of graduating in December this year, they are expected to be graduating next year in the spring. So it's being pushed back to like another 6 months. Wait, like another year. Oh my gosh, I feel like I got so lucky. Like imagine if I just went a year later, like this would have been me. Like it's gonna take 3 freaking years to graduate, and then now they're in limbo. They can't, I don't know, they can't really do anything besides, okay, finish up those classes online, but then the most important part is the scanning. They don't get that, and you can't graduate without that part, and you can't take your exam without finishing that part. Just, I feel so bad for them, man. And yeah, and childcare too, a lot of places are closed, and parents, especially people who work in healthcare, we still have to go to work. I'm just glad I don't have a kid now, because otherwise, like, how do I find childcare, you know? It's crazy. It's just crazy. So sick of it.
Anyway, I just wanted to come and catch up a little bit, but I'll show you the finished product after I'm done air frying the fish, and then do a taste test, and then yeah, maybe tomorrow I'm gonna do another video. I don't know, I've just been really tired every day. I sleep a lot. Like, I would try to nap 2-3 times. I mean, I don't have to try, I just feel sleepy all the time, so I would nap like 2-3 times a day if I'm home. You know, at work is different, like you have to move around, so it's not as bad. But yeah, Vietnamese food, man, I miss Vietnamese food so badly. I just miss home. I just feel homesick. I actually am thinking of starting to make some videos in Vietnamese, just speaking Vietnamese, just because I feel like I have been forgetting so many words, and just being homesick just kind of make me feel like maybe I should start to connect more to my roots, posting things in Vietnamese and connect with my community and people back home, and practice my Vietnamese and make it better, make sure that I'm good enough to like teach my kid later Vietnamese, because I do want my kid to speak English, Vietnamese, and Chinese. So that's a lot to learn. But it'll be good, it'll be good. I mean, children, they can learn a lot very fast when they're young, so that's the time. Okay guys, so I'll catch up with you later and show you how the fish turn out. See you in a bit.
Okay, so I'm ready to cook my fish. This is oil that I'm gonna spray on the fish, both sides. Flip it. Whip. Spray this side. And pop this in the air fryer that I'm setting up here. So I put the bottom facing the fan over here, so the smell will get out of the house. Okay, fishy. Please fit. Nice. Okay. Let's do 400 degrees for try 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Oh, and over here I have kumquats, so I'm gonna use some of this to squeeze on the fish. But every single little whatever fruits I buy now, I have to soak it in salt water to just make sure all the bacteria, germs, and viruses are dying. So I put a lot of salt in here and just soak this and rub it in for, let it sit for like 15 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna get it out. Oh, it smells so good. Kumquat, kumquat. Time is up, and this is what the fish looks like. I think I'm gonna turn it over, and I already broke the tail off. Turn it over and roast it for another 5 minutes or so. Yeah, I want this side to be crispy. Anyway, I need my both hands, so I'm gonna turn it off. The fish is done. I actually ended up spending 20 minutes in the air fryer, and you can see it's super crunchy. Let's try it out. It smells a little bit salty. Oh no, did I overcook it? Ah. Got a good chunk here. Woo. Hot, hot. I think I overcooked it a little bit. It's quite salty. I put too much salt. Anyway, it's gonna be good with some rice. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Take care, okay? Bye. This is the crispy tail. Yeah, it's good. I'll probably eat the whole thing. Alright, I just wanted to share with you this.